Okay, we're back. And today I will be going into the crypts. Without negative resistance, which is not ideal, but, you know, I want the extra experience, I want the chance to get more loot. Oh, an anaconda zombie, let's go up. Oh wait, what am I thinking? Undead things, of course, cannot follow you. Or zombies and skeletons, that is. The reason I'm a little concerned is I don't want to get constricted, so we'll just lamp of fire this guy. And we'll take him out. Now we'll go up and fight the vampire mage on his own. Not so bad. We'll just wait until if I get flayed, I'll go up. We're on a staircase, so it's relatively safe here. As you can see, you can Yaras these guys when they invis themselves, so that's nice. Sadly, I don't think it rots them. I don't think that monsters can be rotted. But in practice, it really should. It really should rot them. It should do a little extra damage or, you know, something. Just because that's what would happen if you were a player undead and you got hit with Yaras. As far as I know. We'll take out the Jiangshi first because it does more damage. I think. Oh, Actually, I guess the Phantasmal Warrior does more damage. Except, I believe the Jiangshi can attack faster. So, we take him out first. Just a minor optimization, but... Oh! Oh boy! I had no idea that Menace was here. Okay. Let's use a teleport, because he could silence at any moment, and then go up. Alright. And now we teleport away. And maybe we won't have to... Maybe we can just not deal with him. Maybe we can just park him at Vaults 3. Because I don't want to have to fight Menace. If you notice, well, he's gone now, but he had a shield, of course. I think he always has a shield. So he's also just very hard to take down in general, but on the you know, on a bow user, it's fairly obnoxious to fight things that have a large shield, and I think he had one. Well, we'll enchant up our Fire Dragon scales more. And now we have another Scroll of Immolation. That's always nice to see. Not a lot of food in this branch, so I'll probably eat anything that I come across on the ground. Of course, prioritizing flayed ghosts. Oh, there's a Curse Skull. Let's pog out of here. I don't particularly feel like getting tormented. We can kill the Curse Skull very quickly, and I could Portal Projectile here and take him out, but I want to really take out this other stuff first because I'm on a staircase. Okay, now I got tormented, so no problem. We just go up. We rest. Oh, I should have paid attention and seen the halo. The halo coming. What to do? Well, I think we need to teleport again. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him unless I'm at full hit points. What I'll probably do is use a Phantom Mirror on him. And then just try to arrow him to death. Okay. This is fine. Now, I don't want to use haste. I only have one potion, and that would be annoying to lose it. So let's passage. So now we can get out of his, we can get out of the silence if we need to. We'll have heroism and finesse up just in time because we can't use invocations while silenced. So now we will in fact Phantom Mirror him. Cool. The fake menace is in front. Now what I would like to do is portal projectile, but I can't cast spells when silenced. So I think instead I'm just going to box of beasts. Oh man, he went into the passage. That's fine. I'll make another box of beasts. Probably should have portal projectiled while I was out of the silence. That's fine. We're out now. We'll portal projectile. Now we can shoot him as long as we can see him. And he dies. Pretty good stuff. If you're a swords user, these U-Demon blades are actually quite nice, so it's a good source of them if you don't want to worship So. They're always Holy Wrath, but they are better than a Demon Sword because they're -2 accuracy, 13 base damage, whereas the Demon Blades are 12 base damage, so marginally better. I think double swords are still superior. Yeah, 14 base damage, but much rarer. And of course, Holy is an excellent brand for extended. Whoa, yeah, we got tormented twice in a row. Not so good. Let's pog away. So we probably, to be honest, we probably should have killed the Curse Skull sooner than later. This is not ideal being down here where we're gonna eat up to 2 torments every time we go down and up. Yeah, there it is again. Yeah, not ideal, especially with no negative resistance. I think we'll actually pop on negative resistance and we'll pop on robustness because the only thing down here that does some sort of MR attack is agony. So this will make us take less damage from the torment if it happens, and it'll also make us take less damage from attacks due to the Ring of Robustness. We'll just slowly kill things off here. Ooh. Not good being next to all these simulacrums. Wow, flayed too. Let's try getting that. We really just want to get the Curse Skull next to us. Okay, not so bad. Now we'll teleport. Okay, we can't die here, I don't think. Actually, we could. Come to think of it, I will blow Scroll Blinking because he could torment me, and then I could get hit by the. Oh wait, what happened to my teleport? Did I teleport and not realize? Your surroundings seem slightly different. That's cute. The teleport took us to the exact same spot we started in. Teleport again. Walk away. Okay, fine. Yeah, the Curse Skull himself, he can't really do anything to you by himself. He has to use his summons to do so. because, I mean, he can abjure your stuff, he can summon undead, and he can torment you. So he can take a percentage of your hit points, but he himself cannot kill you. He doesn't even have an attack. So, if he hasn't summoned anything, you have a bit of leeway. Okay, so we'll just... I portal project out in case he summoned things in front of him, but it turned out it wasn't necessary. And now the Cursed Skull is dead. I want to put that MR back on, as much as I'd like to have the negative resistance. I know there are Vampire Knights that spawn in here, and I just don't want to get paralyzed. That was a temporary thing I did there. Now, hopefully we can get away from this challenged entrance, having cleared out most of all the nasty things around it. Certainly could have gone better, but things are not always smooth when you're dealing with cursed skulls and other things that can torment you. Very cool. Alright, now here's what I was concerned about, but see, he can't paralyze us as long as we have the MR on, and this is exactly why. This is exactly why I am favoring MR so much. Of course, we'll just pog backwards. I didn't actually know that there was a Cursed Skull right there. That's unfortunate, but we'll just pog away. We'll pog back to the vaults. I would like to start this fight at full hit points. Or we'll pog back to Crypt 1, rather. I'll try to fire on him. He doesn't seem to want to take damage, so I'm glad I went up, because, like, sooner than later, because the Jiangshi is next to me. Let's pog away from these guys. They're actually... they can do quite a lot of damage, actually, very quickly. So... just kind of dancing around with pog as usual. You know, can you imagine how much harder this game would be if I didn't have pog? Certainly, we could do it. I mean, we have the boots of running. Certainly it's possible. But you really want to favor things that let you reset fights. Artifact plate. +8. Wow. 41 AC, 15 EV. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. Gives me another resistance. I still have RF plus. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I may actually go for it. Just because the AC is so much higher. And having our core is kind of icing on the cake, but it's not bad. We'll try this for now. Okay. Cursed Skull goes down. I should probably be pogging a little sooner. I'm just not super concerned about small threats like this. But if you want to play truly optimally, you should have the pog set up probably before things are next to you, rather than using it afterwards. We're going to drop one of these Wands of Digging. I'm sure we'll come back for it at some point if we use many charges. Wands of Digging are actually even more useful than usual, in my opinion, for a bow user, or a ranged user in general. Because if you have a pack of things chasing you, you can go to the end of the hallway and force it to basically be in a long line. And I'll probably demonstrate that at some point. I may have already done so in this game. I think I did in Lair at one point. But then you get to use the whole shoot at something that has something behind it, and then if you miss, no big deal. It has a chance to hit the thing behind it. And that's a mechanic that remains useful basically the entire game, even into Extended. Okay. We'll have a... Whoa! What is happening? Oh, a Zot trap. Don't mindlessly tab too much. Durably summoned. I think that means he will not go away. Shadow Fiends. Okay, let's walk away. They may have changed the icon for durable summoning because I thought it was like a tan circle, and that one just looked like a blue circle to me. But maybe I'm just somehow becoming colorblind. Got a Reaper with a Scythe of Venom, not a huge threat by himself, but we should be a little careful. Yeah, there should be cages in here, I think, based on which ending this is, where we're going to have to dig through to get to some loot. Let's cut our way through these withered plants. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, this Iron Grate and everything, so... yeah, it's set up with Soul Eaters so they can drain your life even through the grate. Not a huge threat at this point in the game. Just something to keep an eye on. They can do a little bit of damage to you. Okay, alright, now the fun starts. So we've got this Ancient Lich, and he still has a chance to petrify or paralyze us, so... what are we going to do? We're going to swap the dagger on. And Ancient Liches are a bit of a problem because they're resistant to all the energies except for acid. What to do? We're going to Cloud and hope we get acid. We don't, but fire still does some damage. Let's see. I'd really like to know what book he has, so that I know if it's safe for me to swap onto my bow or not, because we could take him out fairly quickly with the bow. We'll just Lightning Rod him. It won't do a ton of damage, but a little. Okay, looks like the Lich is casting and made an Executioner. Let's just teleport. I'm being a little bit wasteful with my teleports. But I don't want to fight an Executioner right now. And we're not going to kill this Lich just with evocations. I guess I could have scattershotted him. I probably should have scattershotted him, but we've already started the tele, so... You know. Had to commit to one plan. But at least this way we don't have to worry about, oh. Yeah, we don't have to worry about, the Executioner. So yeah, we've auto-explored into a Curse Skull, is why I made that sound. Let's get out of here. He already summoned a flayed ghost, and we don't want to fight both at once. Come on, don't miscast passage. What is my chance on that? 30%. What? Oh, my... Okay, that's a good reason not to wear this armor without training more. Okay, that's fine. We'll make portal projectile. I had not considered the effect this would have on my spellcasting. You should always take a look at that. Having a hard time killing this cursed skull, but we have... If we get tormented again, we'll just start blink scrolling. This is... You know what? I'm gonna blow a scatter shot. Why is he not dying? Okay, that's 3 scatter shots. This is the invulnerable cursed skull. Wow. I don't want to get hit again. We're gonna drink Brilliance so we can pog away and get out of his line of sight so he can stop being able to torment us. Whew. But yeah, definitely need to train more casting if I want to cast in this plate mail, but I think I'm really just going to swap back to the FDA. So we're not exactly out of the fire yet. I don't think I can get out of here from this direction. So I think I'm going to teleport again, and I'm going to read, you know, I'm going to read magic mapping just so I can tell what's going on. Okay, there actually is a staircase here, but that's okay. Oh man, this level is not doing us any favors. Let me think about this. I suppose I could escape into Tomb, but I really just want to be on Crypt 2 again and get my bearings. Let's think about this. I'd probably Holy Word here if I had it, but I don't. I could always just blink southwest and then blink west and be done with it, but I'd rather not waste my blink scrolls. We have enough Arc Hold that he would have a hard time killing us with Bolt of Cold, but he could kill us very easily with Bolt of Draining after tormenting us. I'm gonna Fog. I'm gonna Pog. What? Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna not be in this Pog. And we'll Pog this way. Okay, cool. Don't have enough magic to Pog. We will Blink Scroll, and we'll go into Tomb. Usually Tomb is relatively safe at the entrance, so this was not as risky as it probably looks. Not that we're going to hang out in Tomb for a long time. This is really just to get our bearings. If we get tormented, we'll go downstairs. Let's actually go downstairs now and take out the mummy. Let's put on Portal Projectile, and we'll take out that priest. We really want to get back to our FDA, which did I drop it or am I holding it? We'll find out in a second. Oh wow, let's go down. We could get double tormented and hit a bunch of times. We could have easily died there. Moving too fast, I didn't notice the Shadow Fiend was still there. Yeah, my Fire Dragon skills are sitting on Crypt 2, unfortunately. Alright, let's pop on some robustness and negative resistance. There's nothing here that can really hit our MR unless they were to summon a Vampire Knight, which we would have a little bit of advance warning for. So we'll just slowly work on these golden dragon zombies. Okay. Actually, I wonder if he can push me off the... Yeah, he can probably push me off the staircase, so we want to be extra careful with this. And go down as soon as there's a problem. Taking out the... We want to be careful about which ones we kill in what order. Because as long as it's like here, it's pushing me into a wall, no problem. As long as this Manticore's here, the Swamp Dragon can't push me off. So we'll just want to be aware. Wow, 3 Tormentors. Jeez. The Cursed Skull, the Shadow Fiend from the Zot Trap, and the Mummy Priest. Not the best situation I've been in. Although, even if we get triple tormented, well, it's a pretty bad situation because, it's a pretty bad situation because if I get hit with 3 torments and then I go down, I could get hit with a bunch of torments again. Yeah, there's one. Let's go down. Look at all that. Oh man, how have I managed to bone myself up here? Jeez. Trying to think about the best way to solve this problem. Hey guys, let's just do Tomb. Just kidding, I don't want to do that. Probably should have just used the Scrolls of Blinking to get out. We still have 2, and it's still an option to just like teleport. Like read teleport and go up. Actually, I think we're gonna do that. Read teleport, wait 1 turn, then go up. So we have tele on. Okay, that solved it. That could have gone better, I think. Sort of silly that I tried to hide in Tomb, but I wasn't expecting a Cursed Skull to come as well. Okay, this is good. We'll lure the Shadow Fiend by himself. We'll see if we can't kill him. Okay. Okay, we got tormented twice. That means we get out. Oh, wow. Okay. Try that again. We'll go to the top left. He's really on point with these torments. Like, that was just 2 in a row. He's not playing around. Let's Heroism this time. Alright, fine. That would be why I hate Zot Traps. Having to deal with extended monsters is not my idea of a fun time. We'll pop on our magic resistance here in a second. It's Heroism, there's quite a lot of stuff here. Even if it's relatively weak. I'm going to try to aim for the Necromancers first as much as possible because of Agony. Alright, now I'll put on my MR again. And now I will finally put my Fire Dragon scales back on because trying to cast Passage of Equilibria at 22% is not fun. I mean, with a little bit of training we could fix that, but I really don't want to worry about that right now. Besides, I'm actually I'm actually confident I can probably get Malign Gateway online, oddly enough. But not if I have that plate mail on. Take out the Lost Soul first, and then the Deep Elf Death Mage, so that we don't have to deal with the ghostly version. Hopefully they drop some meat. Cutting into my permafood a bit, but I'm not really concerned. Food clock is not really something you need to be too worried about in most cases. Oh, 11% paralyze, 11% petrify. I forgot to put on my other MR ring, or I guess I just didn't. Alright, he has 1% petrify, we're not too concerned about that. And he can Crystal Spear us, we are concerned about that, so we'll set up Pogs and then we'll fire. Oh, looks like a Curse Skull has joined the party. Let's leave. Last thing we want is to be tormented and then eat a Crystal Spear. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Should have left a turn before. Yeah, this could be just death. So we'll go down a different way. Into this corner. Presumably the same Lich, yes it is. I can tell because the book's already identified. He Crystal Speared us once, but the Lich only, I know that an Ancient Lich can do something like 150 damage, but an Ancient Lich, yeah, an Ancient Lich does 150 damage, but the regular Lich only does, well, it does less with its Crystal Spear. I'm trying to find it. Crystal Spear 3d4, yeah, 120 damage. So it's a little bit less. Enchant up the Fire Dragon Scales, drop this Fiend Folio, or Fin Folio, as much as we'd like to start summoning. I don't think I'm worried about that just yet. Death's Door, that's a nice spell. One we will not be casting. Probably going to play a Felid Transmuter next, because I was asked to play a Transmuter. But after that, I kind of want to play a Necromancer. I keep seeing all these fun Necromancy spells available. Well, we're not getting tormented. We're not getting tormented, so that's a plus. But we're chewing through our magic points pretty quickly. Let's reset this fight, I think. The thing is, every time you use Portal Projectile, every time you shoot, you, it's not good. Every time you shoot, you use up a point of mana. What? Oh, it's next to me. And we do have some magic potions, but yeah, we'll reset the fight. We'll use Heroism, we'll come back down, and we'll shoot this guy. I don't like that he's next to me, but what are you going to do? If he had summoned, we would have gone back upstairs, probably. Now, you'll notice, I mean, some of the stair dancing tricks have become rote for me, but you'll notice I'm pulling things up one at a time, and I pretty much don't stop doing that the entire game. Ooh, Curse Skull. Didn't notice. Didn't notice for a few turns. We could have gotten tormented there. Let's shoot him. We'll use Portal Projectile. Should probably Heroism, but that's okay. We took him out. You really want to be very aware of how you're spending your turns when you're next to something that can torment you, because you've effectively, at that point, you've been put on a clock. How long am I going to live before this thing just torments me, takes percentages of my hit points, and finishes me off? This is technically true anytime you're in a fight. Like, it's just a clock for how your damage versus theirs damage race. But it becomes a lot more severe when you're facing something that can torment you, especially something that is relatively difficult to finish off. Like, for example, a Cursed Skull with its excellent evasion. So you have to understand that, like, every single turn you take next to something that torments is going to shave off, or has the ability to shave off, 50% of your hit points, or less if you have some negative resistance, which we don't under normal circumstances. I certainly could be playing this a little better in terms of, like, swapping items on and off. Oh, whoops, that was a misplay. Let's pog over here. And we'll just pog to the staircase. I see that there's a hatch. Doesn't like that. Okay, we'll quaff flight and we'll just walk to it. Another one? Really? We'll just walk. And we'll lure this one up here. We'll teleport first. Really using too much teleport. We only have one teleport left. I do not like that. But that's okay. That'll just encourage us to play better later. Crypt has successfully drained me of a lot of resources, partially due to misplays. So going in here was probably a net loss. On the other hand, we got experience out of it. So there's that. Alright. Do we have an idea of what this thing's spellbook is now? Darn. It has potentially all the spells that are really unfortunate for us. Alright. We're gonna Phantom Mirror the Ancient Lich. And of course he starts with all the things buffs, so it is in fact hasted, so that's nice. We're gonna sack of spiders. Cool, we get the awesome web effect. And we're just gonna shoot. Oh wait, I'm gonna heroism. I'm gonna step here so that I cannot be banished or paralyzed or petrified, as long as there's stuff in between me and the Lich. We're trying to maximize the number of turns we have to prepare. Okay, I'll finesse. Okay, Bolt of Lightning. So now we know he definitely has paralyzed. That means, unfortunately, we gotta wear the dagger, sort of invalidating my finesse, but that's fine. I was planning on finessing and shooting him to death, but instead, we'll Box of Beasts. I would really like to scattershot him, but I've got my friends to be concerned about. So let's sack again. All right, let's portal projectile. Let's wear our bow. And so, okay, now he can't paralyze us because there's stuff in the way, but because of portal projectile, and this is what I was trying to set up here a little bit inexpertly, now I can shoot him. He can't shoot me back unless he, like, bolts me, but that's okay. And we do the same thing to the Lich. And we clear it out. Excuse me. So we used up our sack of spiders, but we get another one for our trouble. Wand of Digging. Book of Geomancy, another Book of Beasts, or Box of Beasts, rather. I see some interesting books we might want to pick up. Probably Memorizer Generation. Get a little training on that at some point. Unfortunately, no Song of Slaying yet. Yeah, so I like to say that Crypts is just free experience, but sometimes you get a floor, like a final floor especially, that's just particularly nasty, and this I would say qualifies. I am regretting going in here to some degree. Okay, here's the cursed skull. Wow, see, check that out. Just tormented to death. Well, not death, thankfully, but close to it. Okay, we'll pop out. Where's the nearest exit? Oh, this is good. Okay. Now they can't follow us as easily because there's plants in the way. Probably lose the trail anyway. And we'll rest up. Okay. Do we have fog? We do, but we don't have very much. Let's heroism and finesse. And then get to a better engagement spot. Portal projectile. And we'll just pog away from here if we get tormented too much. Okay, cool, he's dead. Yeah, cursed skulls, don't mess around with cursed skulls, especially if you don't have resist negative. You're really playing a dangerous game if you don't treat them as a top tier threat. Identify. I have nothing to identify. Alright. So that was Crypts. It sucked. Yeah. It was not fun, I don't think. I think we probably used more resources than we got out of it, certainly in terms of teleport. And nothing for sale, so we're down to 2. We found 1, apparently, at some point, but that doesn't replace, like, the 3 or 4 that we used. Generally, if you are using teleports, especially if you're using a lot of teleports, that's a really good sign that you've made a mistake. Teleports are a resource that should be used very sparingly because they're dangerous. Okay. Alright, so we have 4 runes from before. We'll probably leave it at 4 runes. I think that chances are good we're just going to go straight to depths now. Nowhere else to really go. I mean, we could hit up Elven Halls. I'm tempted to hit up Elven Halls just to talk about how to do it. Even though I don't usually go to it. This is a good character to do it since I have... Wow. Since I have Yara's online. Jeez. Wow. Look at that. We go upstairs, there happens to be a cursed skull there, and he straight up torments us twice. I mean... wow. He's doing a lot of damage to us. We're gonna have to blink to guarantee we don't die, because the Pog wasn't very kind to us. We'll use the feel. We'll finesse. We'll portal projectile. And we'll kill him before he can get to us. Yeah, that's something Crypts can do to you. And I think that's like a real shame that the game can just like, oh, surprise, there's dudes right next to the staircase that you came up from. I mean, that it feels a bit cheap, don't you think? In my opinion, where you just, I mean, at least in my opinion, it just feels cheap where you come up and there's like an Etten next to you and it does 200 damage to you. I feel like that's the kind of thing that should be hard-coded out of this game. I mean, I could have died there instantaneously, and where did I fault, you know? Like, what did I do wrong? I went up a staircase? I mean, I didn't wait the 12,000 turns or whatever it is for the level to stop spawning. It's ludicrous. So, I really do think that it should be hard-coded that, like, if you come up to an explored level, if you pop up, I don't think anything should be able to spawn, like, within your sight range. You know, it just shouldn't be there. Or if it's wandered there, I don't know, just a thought. Because that would have been pretty lame if I had been tormented and then hit for max damage by all that stuff. And it's just like, what could you have possibly done differently? Well, nothing, really. Thankfully, that didn't happen. It just took quite a lot of damage. Okay, so as I was saying, I think I actually am going to do Elf this game, as much as I don't like it. Just to talk about what to do in there. I would say that Elf is possibly the most dangerous place in the entire game. So let me pause the video here. I'll just make a new one right afterwards. Just to separate this out from Crypts to Elf. But we'll go into Elf, and in the next video I'll talk about just how nasty it can be. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next video.